Welcome to We the People, a new birth of freedom. I deeply appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, tell your friends, relatives, neighbors, acquaintances, enemies, and please leave your comments below. I'll get back to you. Share it with everyone you can. We got to get the word out. In December 1955, an African-American woman by the name of Rosa Parks was arrested and jailed because she failed to surrender her lawful seat on the bus to a white passenger. I spoke about this before, but I want to repeat it. Listen again. She was arrested and jailed because she refused to give up her lawful seat that the law had legislated for her to sit in a certain section on the bus. That's where she was at. But because there were more white passengers coming on the bus that needed a seat, she was ordered to surrender her lawful seat to a white passenger, and her refusal caused her to be arrested and jailed. That's strange, isn't it? It's strange because the 13th Amendment had been drafted and ratified many, many years earlier. However, there were those in the South, politicians, that felt that the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery and abolished involuntary servitude, they felt that that wasn't worth the paper it was written on. Oh, but this is America, land of the free, home of the brave. Bullshit. This is America. Let's make America great again. Noble intentions, but at any given time, we're already seeing it in the formation, at any given time, anti-American voices, anti-American politicians, socialists, communists, fascism, prejudice, discrimination can raise its ugly head, spit on the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights, trample it underfoot, and push their agenda. It's high crimes and misdemeanors. It's treason. Doesn't matter. Land of the free, home of the brave. Really? Once again, bullshit. (1963), Martin Luther King, peacefully protesting according to the First Amendment, was arrested and jailed in Birmingham because a court had ordered him not to protest in Birmingham. A lower court completely violated the supreme law of the land under the First Amendment. Didn't matter. They got away with it. A man that was exercising his First Amendment right was arrested and jailed in Birmingham for peacefully protesting and exercise his freedom of speech. It didn't matter. Not only that, but in 1963 in Birmingham, around 2,500 people, it's estimated, and many of them children, went to jail during the protest in Birmingham, exercising their First Amendment right, but because a lower court had passed a law that you can't protest in Birmingham, the First Amendment meant nothing. Why am I saying that? Because the Second Amendment is facing the same diabolical, vicious, reprehensible attack. These progressive politicians. I don't understand. I don't understand where they where they think they're progressive. They're not progressing, they're going backwards, right back to tyranny that our founding fathers fought to get away from. But they want to call themselves progressives. The only thing they're progressing toward is a revolution. They want it, we'll give it to them. Because there are millions of us here in the United States of America that make up we the people that love the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, as it stands. But these progressives, they think they have a better idea. And all they're trying to do is take us back into the very oppression and despotic rule that was in the beginning. Why? Because they're power hungry. As you've heard me say so many times, they want all the power, all the freedom to define yours, to limit yours. That's what they want. What they're going to get is a fight. That's why the Second Amendment is there for such a time as this. Though our founding fathers never envisioned 2020, but they had enough vision to know that the very things that they opposed, that limited their lives and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, could at any time raise its head again in religion and governmental powers. So our founding fathers had to defend their lives and liberty at that time, and were just about to the threshold of having to do it again. Here's where we're at. Let me read this to you. When in the course of human events, that's where we're at right now. Political, governmental, human events. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with one another. That's about where we're at. To dissolve the political bands, whether it be radical conservative Republicans or radical leftist progressives. It becomes necessary. Listen to the words very carefully. It becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with one another. The Republican Party, the Conservative Party, have connected the people together through that political band. The Democratic Party, the Progressive Party have connected each other together through that political channel. But once it comes time that those political bands must be dissolved that have connected us with each other, and we assume the powers of the earth. I hope you're listening to this, and I hope you read this. And let these words just saturate your very being. Assume the powers of the earth, which are the supreme powers, the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them. We are entitled to exercise the powers of the earth according to the laws of nature and nature's God. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. And that's what's been going on for years with the militia. Voices of we the people have been declaring reasons why it's bringing us to a separation. The Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights means nothing to these contemporary politicians. They only want power to strip you of your power. But our powers are not derived from political legislation. Political legislation is only designed to protect our powers that we derive from the earth and the laws of nature and nature's God. But if the government does not want to protect those rights that we are entitled to by birth, we are entitled to these powers of the earth, these laws of nature, designed by nature's God. We are entitled to those powers by birth. It's our inheritance, not by political processes and legislation. And if the government does not want to protect those rights given to us by the powers of the earth, the laws of nature and nature's God, then we must rise up and defend ourselves and protect those rights regardless of the consequences. If you look all down through history, friend, this fight for liberty, for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness has been going on since the very inception of this nation. There's always been that evil, that vicious, that diabolical, anti-American process, that spirit, that theme, that ideology has always been present and prevalent. It's caused much bloodshed, and it's about to cause much more. So I ask you, as I close out this video, what price will you put on liberty? What price will you put on your life? After all these years, even though we've struggled financially, us middle class and poor, but yet we have found some semblance of comfort. We have cars, we have homes, we have jobs, we have few possessions, maybe a little bit of money in the bank account. We have found some level of comfort. But are you willing to sacrifice that, all of that, to lose your liberty, to live your lives according to the dictates of your pursuits of happiness? Think about that. Until next time, God bless, and be a true American.